and also very comforting for me to see that people are starting to talk about the important things that we mentioned. There was also in terms of privacy, data, which you mentioned, and then in terms of how the multinationals, very few selected companies that has been there from the day one, having access to your data, and to now. So let's just focus on that data point that you mentioned. It has always been a concern. Always been, in public discussion, people thinking about, what should be used, who has what. But I think that's that's your privacy. Yeah? So I think that boat might have sailed. Now, this is just my personal opinion. I mean, I think you just give that example, prior to the start of this, they all have this option of download all your data that, a certain company holds under your name. And then all it takes for you to find that download link and download it. And then you might have a bombshell moment.
Yeah.
And then that will really hit, home.
We could give an example of that. I mean, we discussed privately what that meant, because I did it recently, as you just said. But give an example, and from now, rewinding back with the younger generation, possibly from since they were born.
Yeah, that's right. And then think about it. So is the public perception of how data, the privacy, and that has evolved over the years, right? So you can imagine the first time you log into fake Facebook, have you ever thought about your data might be used to train AI models? No. And then nowadays, if you think about, every internet web page you go to, you have to click the accept or decline cookies. So was that a thing, like given 2 years? No. And then let's not forget about legacy data that you have been providing. What you find out is the early data that already captured a lot of your private information that you might not cared about back then, but they might be used